Story time part 2. I unalived the dude that I went to high school with and his friend or his cousin, whichever one it was. I think it was his friend. But story time part 2. Okay, so he get me on the ground. He trying to like put zip ties on me. I see him take zip ties out of his pocket and like he trying to get me to put my hands behind my back. But I'm resisting. I'm not putting my hands behind my back. I keep like popping up, saying little slick shit like, get out, y'all just leave, woo, woo, woo. You know, just popping up just to like try him, like to get him not to zip tie me. So the first time I popped up, I just told him to leave. I was like, man, y'all tripping, y'all just need to leave. And he trying to bang my head in the ground. I got dreads. So he grabbed my dreads and he trying to bang my head in the ground. And so I pop up again and I tell him, I was, man, y'all tripping. Y'all just need to leave. And the dude that I went to high school with, he ended up coming like in front of like where the door is. And then he come and like go in my pocket. He go in my pocket and then he stepped back. As he stepped back, the dude still like trying to have his knee in my back and still trying to like push me down. But I'm fighting, you know what I mean? Like I'm resisting. I'm not finna go out without a fight. And I got my pistol in my right pocket. You know what I mean? And he just checked my left pocket. Wasn't nothing in there. I got my pistol in my right pocket. So to make a long story short, the second dude that came in after he hit me in the head with the gun and everything to try to get me in the zip ties, he had to put his gun on my couch. So when he put his gun on my couch, I was like, okay, I only got one to deal with. If I get him out the way first, then I could deal with him, you know what I mean, second. So that's how it happened. Soon as I lifted up that third time, they think I'm just finna talk. They think I'm finna start yelling and talking. But when I lifted up that third time, I'm already in my pocket, like I'm laying on my hand in my pocket grabbing the gun. And as I lift up that third time, I just pulled the gun out. And I shot the dude I knew from high school. I shot him first. I think it was like 3 times. Like it was in the chest, the heart, and like right above his head. I don't think the one above his head hit him though, because it ended up going in the wall. But I shot him in his chest like 2 times, I think. But I shot 3 times total at him. And as soon as I shot him, he was like stuck. Like he was, you know, like how you like hold your breath and veins start popping out your head and everything. Okay, that's how he was. And he was on the wall, like just, he was sliding down a little, but he was still up, but he's still pointing the gun. And at this time, when I shot him, the dude that was trying to zip tie me, he ended up getting nervous, did some kickflip thing, and ended up knocking the gun out of my hand. So the gun is right there on the ground between me and the dude who was trying to zip tie me, and this dude's still up trying to aim and shoot. So I'm trying to hide behind the dude and get the gun. At this point, me and the dude that's on the ground, we fighting for the gun. Like, because whoever get the gun, the other person is going to get it. So we're fighting for the gun, and we slapping each other, punching each other, trying to get the gun. And the dude that I'm over here fighting with, he was like light. He didn't weigh that much, you know, and I weighed more than him. So I was able to like get advantage of the gun, but I didn't get advantage of the gun until I got shot. So we fighting for the gun. Next thing I know, I hear a gunshot going off. And it's the dude that's sliding down the wall that I shot first. He's sliding down the wall, but he's still aiming, trying to shoot. But he dying. He bleeding out inside. So he shot and he hit me in my chest. And like, my adrenaline was pumping so hard, I didn't even feel it. Like, I just felt a sting at the time. And I'm still fighting with this dude. And we fighting for like a 2 seconds more. Everything going in slow motion. We fight for like 2 more seconds. And he shot again. And then he shot me in my hand. And after he shot me, like when he shot me in my hand, the dude thought he shot him. I guess he must have heard the bullet, or he thought he got shot or something. And he ended up like jumping back, like off the gun. And as soon as he did that, I jumped up and I ended up shooting him 3 times. And next thing I know, when I end up shooting him, the dude that shot me, he ended up falling on his face like soon as I shot him, because I guess he didn't want to get shot no more. He wanted to play dead, but he really was dying though. So he ended up falling on his face, and the dude I shot, the second dude I shot, he ended up falling right next to him. So when that happened, I ended up running to my room because I'm like, I gotta call the police. Like, my gun is legal. like they broke in my house. You know what I mean? They trying to do something to me. Like, everything is legal. So I'm trying to run to the room to get my phone to call the police. But at this point, I see my chest, my shirt is soaking into my chest. And now I see that I'm shot, and it's like right by my heart. So I'm like, dang, is it, did I get shot in the heart? Why I ain't fainted yet? I'm asking myself these questions, and I'm trying to call the police, but it's blood on my fingers, so I can't even really call them like that. But to make a long story short, I hear one more gunshot go off. And I'm like, what was that? And so I go back in the living room. The second dude I shot ended up taking off out the door. Like, before I even went in there, he ended up taking off out the door and ended up going downstairs. When he took off out the door, the police already out there because my downstairs neighbor was outside smoking a cigarette. Soon as these dudes came up here and tried to do this, she heard everything. So she ended up calling the police, and they was already outside waiting. They ended up catching the dude downstairs. I guess he ended up falling out and everything. And that's when I went outside. I stepped over the dude I went to school with, stepped over him. He moaning and groaning, trying to live. And I stepped over him, went outside with my gun. And that's when the police and everybody showed up. And that's part 2.